Just like the street lights lit this town, like a fire in a blaze, gotta burn it down. Can't be afraid to leave this out. We got this far, don't know how. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we gonna let it rain. Tonight we gonna let it rain. Tonight we gonna let it just like the sunrise. We gonna let it rain. Just like a spark that's breaking out. Can't make a stop, can't turn back now. We know that there's no room for doubt. No, we can't turn back now. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we gonna let it rain. Tonight we gonna let it rain. Tonight we gonna let it just like the sunrise. We gonna let it rain.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Tonight we're going to be breaking down the disappearance of Nancy Guthrie and more importantly, a timeline of the law enforcement's press conferences. So buckle up, get ready, welcome in. It's good to see everybody. It's good to see everyone. It is the 2nd of February. I keep thinking it's the 3rd, but it's not. It's still the 2nd, right? Yep, still the 2nd. Just been a long day, I guess. Hey Ladybug, make sure everyone's on all messages. Hey, Willows, hopefully you're still in. But thank you for sharing. I appreciate that so much. Hey, Dawn, welcome in. Hey, Tracy. Willows, what are y'all having for dessert? Ooh, I had some ice cream earlier. It was like that yogurt ice cream, the soft serve. I shouldn't have ate it, but it was worth it. Hey, Tony. Hey, Maga Mama. I'm going to start a diet tomorrow. Hey, Crystal Burns. It'll last until breakfast. My diet will. Hey, Princess. Welcome in, everybody. It's good to see you guys. It's good to see everybody. I did do a short live earlier, but it was just to ask you guys what you guys kind of wanted to see on tonight's live. So, I mean, you don't really have to watch it, but if you'd like to watch it, it's there. I also did a live over on TikTok. So if you're not following me on TikTok, make sure you are at Titanium Built. Also, if you'd like to follow my second channel, Unfiltered with Tanya, that would be great too. We're trying to get some followers over there. But thank you guys for being here. If you're new, my name is Tanya and this is Titanium Built. Welcome in. If you appreciate tonight's case coverage, hopefully you'll subscribe to the channel. 53.4% of you guys that watch my videos aren't subscribed. So don't make me start knocking on people's doors now. I will. That's a lot, 53.4. But we are going to go ahead and talk about Nancy Guthrie's case tonight. I heard about this a few hours ago. I was just, online and I I'm chronically online. No, I was just online and I saw that there was Savannah Guthrie's mother, who works for the Today Show. Her mother is missing, and I was like, didn't she just have a surgery on her voice? And that's what kind of like caught my attention, because she just did, and now her mother's missing, and she was supposed to, I think, be the speaker at like the Olympics or something, and she's no longer doing that because obviously her mother is missing, and it's not looking good. So hey, Casey, no, we have both. No, we have vertical and horizontal. Hey, Happy Cappy. So this is Nancy Guthrie here. She's 84. She's female, obviously, 5 foot, 150, brown hair, blue eyes. She was seen the evening of January 31st at her residence near East Skyline Drive and North Campbell Avenue. Unknown, I'm sorry, what clothing she may be wearing. I don't know if she had housekeepers or anything like that would know what she was wearing, or like a nurse or something. But yeah. Oh yeah, that is. Here, I'll show you. Oh, remove her. Yep, I got 2 of them back there. They're both laying together on the bed. Those are the dogs. Hey, Colleen. Hey, Kitsy Cats. Hey, Happy Cappy. I don't know if I said hey to you. Welcome in, everybody. It's good to see you guys. So I do have some pictures of her house as well. And because I was wondering, when they said she lived in Arizona, I don't know why I thought this, but I thought maybe it'd be like kind of vast where she's at. It is, but it's not. Like there's properties all around her. So I think that but I also think if she was walking on the side, like on the road, I don't think a doorbell camera would pick her up necessarily. You know, she's a small lady, and, you know, just really sad. Nobody but her, Ladybug, really? Oh, that sucks. That's sad. That really sucks. I thought maybe she would have one. But what happened, so the timeline matters. I'm just going to go through it because, you know, with each update, with each update they're giving us, authorities are coming out and saying a little bit more. They've actually done 3 press conferences, 3 or 4 already. And I don't know if that's because she's a well-known person or if that's what they usually do in that county. But I mean, more power to them, because we get more information that way. So Saturday night was the last confirmed sighting. It was around 9:30 at night. Nancy is last seen near her home, or at her home in Tucson, Arizona. No confirmed sightings after that point. No indication she planned to leave. She has limited mobility, and she requires medication that she should take every day. I'm not sure exactly what it's for, but I've heard that a few different times that she needs her medication. Sunday, earlier in the day, she was supposed to go to church. She didn't show up for church, so they rang the family. So the family comes. They don't find her. They report her missing. I don't know exactly what was found, because the police have said that it's an active crime scene. So I don't know exactly what was found. But search and rescue, they went ahead and came out, and they started right away. Drones, canines, volunteers, all of it. Border Patrol. And then at this point, officially, it's still a missing persons case. But what happened later in the evening kind of changed how they were investigating the case. So the first press conference was Sunday night. It was late evening, and police pretty much said that Nancy was officially listed as a missing person. The sheriff described the scene at the home as very concerning. Take with that what you will. I don't know if that means there was a mess, there was a struggle. Like, you could tell that there was a struggle in the house. Maybe she kept things very orderly, and there was things knocked over, knocked down on the floor. Or maybe, unfortunately, I hope this isn't the case, but maybe they found, biologicals like blood or something at the scene that showed, that she was taken against her will. But homicide detectives were brought in. Sheriff avoids a lot of the details, but signals that something is very wrong. So this is the first kind of red flag because they don't really bring in the homicide detectives into, a routine missing persons case. So then press conference number 2 happens, and that's Monday morning, early this morning. Major escalation. The sheriff confirms that we do have a crime scene. So it went from, not knowing what was going on, just a missing persons case, to we have a crime scene. Case shifts from search and rescue to a criminal investigation. Nancy did not leave on her own, no cognitive impairment. So I thought maybe she might have been not senile, but not Alzheimer's or Alzheimer's. Yeah, dementia. I thought maybe she had maybe dementia, but I didn't know because this is when I first started looking into the case. But she doesn't have any of that. But she does have limited mobility, and she's missing life-sustaining medication. So this is the moment that this case really changes fundamentally because she does need this life-saving medication, and they can't find her anywhere. So then we have another press conference Monday afternoon. That's the one that we're going to watch today or tonight. So later that same day, they just had one, and then they have another one. The sheriff says that Nancy was likely abducted, confirms that she couldn't physically walk away. So homicide unit fully involved. The search efforts were paused to preserve evidence, which I'm not sure. I'm not sure what that means other than maybe there's shoe impressions or something around the home and they want to check the perimeter of the house, before anybody is trampling around there. But I'm sure that there have been people doing that by now. So the public is urged to check their security ring footage. But like I said, I don't think you would be able to see it. Thank you, Maga Mama. Thank you. $4.99. Thank you for that. She said, let's help Tanya reach her goal if you can. If not, the thumbs up is free. That is so true. Thank you so much. And hey, Kentucky lady, welcome in, everybody. I was on another page, so when I'm on the other page, I can't see. So, yeah, the scene must have been for them to say that, for them to confirm that it's a crime scene. She's 84. Who would? It makes my stomach hurt. It makes my stomach hurt because this woman is 84 years old. She's lived 84 years of her life. She was just living. That woman wasn't doing nothing to hurt nobody. Look at her. She looks as sweet as pie. I just have a feeling someone young did this. I have a feeling someone young. So, what changed between the press conferences was Sunday night. It was concerning but cautious language. Monday morning, crime scene was confirmed. Monday afternoon, abduction was strongly implied. So in less than 24 hours, it went from a missing persons case to a suspected violent crime. I can't imagine what Savannah is going through and her family and everybody. I can't imagine. So as of right now, there's no suspect publicly named. Hopefully by the end of this live, there will be. There's no arrest been announced, no federal press conference, FBI involvement, but not formally confirmed, and the investigation is ongoing. So tonight, I basically wanted to go through, I have a couple pictures here. I have a cramp in my leg of the house. So this is where she lives. It's pretty big. It's a pretty big home for an 84-year-old woman, right? It looks like she has a guest house. Yeah, no, she's got to have a cleaner or somebody. She can't clean that house. You know what I mean? And I don't think that she would sit there with dust piling up. She has to have a cleaning lady at least come every once in a while. Maybe not every day, but I would say once a week or something. And a pool guy. She definitely has a pool guy. She's not putting chemicals in her pool. She ain't shocking the pool in the summer. Do you know what I mean? She's not doing all that. So I would say that she most likely has people that help her. They might just not have been there at that time. This is another picture of the house. And then I do have it on my Google Maps. I have the area and the house on there. So, okay, how do I do that? I don't know how to do anything on Google Maps. I swear I don't. How do you do street view? Oh, okay. I don't want to do that no more. Go back to where it was. Sorry, guys. What did I do? Now it's like going in circles. Okay. We're just going to keep it like this. So this is like Google Earth. This is her house here. And I think you guys can see my cursor on the thing. I think so. Wish I could make it. I can. So this is her house here. This house over here doesn't look. Oh, okay. It's just the way that it was like, it looked like the roof was slanted in. It was just the way that it was. But I mean, if she walked out of here, which she didn't, I don't think, where would she have went? I mean, there's houses everywhere, but I don't think the houses would have caught her unless these houses somehow have surveillance on top of them. And I'm not really like seeing anything like that. You know what I mean? Because if it's at their front door, it's not going to pick her up. It might not, and I might not pick up anybody. Like even a car driving by, because their house is pointed like this way, their front door or whatever, or it's back here. It's probably not back here because it's the pool. It's probably like right here. So their front door is going to be like right here. Unless they have cameras on their garage or something back, over there, they're not going to be able to be seen. Whoever came up into the driveway. Maybe she has cameras. That would be nice, right? If she had some cameras. I don't know if we can see that well. I don't know when this was taken, like this Google Earth image. How do I turn around if I wanted to? Put this little guy down there. So this is her driveway. I mean, like, and was this a random house? I doubt it. I don't think this was random at all. Oh, I think they're about, we can see. So we'll just go down here. Cruise. We're not going to cruise very fast. Oh, wait, that's her driveway, right? Yep, that's her mailbox and driveway. And then this is the next. So they're pretty close. I mean, they're right next door pretty much. They probably got a couple acres of land, 3 or 4 acres each, 2 or 3. I don't know. Look at the mountains, and it's beautiful. Oh, thank you, Magamom. It might be the same person I have. I have somebody that's local there that I was going to play. So it might be the same person. Actually, I was going to play him next. It was this 857 Tuscan. And let me put the link to the video in the chat. It could be a kidnapping gone wrong, right? Yeah. I mean, they could have kidnapped her to get Savannah to pay. But Savannah works for the Today Show. It's not like she's Donald Trump's assistant or something. Do you know what I mean? Like, how much do reporters at the Today Show really make? So, I mean, I don't know. Maybe. Well, this guy here, he's on the scene. And he walks up and down and stuff, and he's looking around. So we'll watch him and see what he has to say. But thank you guys all for being here. I appreciate it so much. If you're just now joining us, my name is Tanya. This is Titanium Built, and we do talk all things true crime. So if that's something you're into, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon. That way you're alerted to all new content. I put out lives every day, and I put out videos a lot as well. So. Okay.
Savannah Guthrie.
Sorry, that was loud. Okay. It's probably going to be a little loud because of the airplane in the background. I'll turn it down a little bit. Look at this person walking their dog. They probably don't walk that dog ever. Look at that little dog. He's like, we're going on a walk. I want to be nosy.
All right, everybody. We're back
And I don't know why it's fuzzy like this, but it's not my screen. I think it says.
live here on the scene of Savannah Guthrie missing. Her mother is missing. This is the street. We're about to walk up to the house.
Engine 152. Public assistance at 601 Southwest Ruby Circle. Engine 152, copy.
Those are the neighbors being nosy right there. Thanks, Carl. Brian Nitton's on his way there. I wish I had the money and like just the money. I have the freedom. I wish I had the money. That's all I need. I wish I had the money to be able to go to different places like that. That would be an awesome job to have, you know? Like I'm into true crime. So I gravitate towards this kind of stuff.
Do you have a big media presence here? Channel 3 and 5 from Phoenix.
Look at her. I think she's in tennis shoes, maybe. They usually are. I think she's actually in heels.
Just gonna walk up here. Thank you for tuning in.
This is only like a 4-minute video. I would think so. Whoa, more than Nancy. She's worth more than Nancy? Really? Ah, I wouldn't have thought that. Because Nancy's worth 25 million, I think. Dang. I mean, even if the ransom was just 200,000, but they haven't said that they don't have a ransom. So it's like, when is the call going to come in, right? If someone is going to pull a ransom, and pulling a ransom is so hard to do. I mean, people probably sit there and I don't know. They must be drugged out of their mind when they think of this stuff. Like, let's go kidnap this person for a ransom. Like, you're going to get caught. You're going to get caught. They better not lay a finger on this woman's head. She's 84 years old. Oh my God. I couldn't even imagine.
Share out the stream. We're gonna walk over to the house right now.
Oh, this is a person by the name of like 857. I just put the thing in the chat. 857 Tuscan. He's local. There's his video link in the chat again.
Live on the scene.
Yeah. Adam, are you move that? Yes. We're about to hit it live because it's for you, but press is correct.
Link below. All right, we're gonna walk over here. Hopefully, I can find some shade.
I wonder what the temperature is there. Just curious. It looks pretty.
At which point, if that I have some drone videos for you, some additional areas.
All right, we are here.
I wish this camera was a little better. Well, show us the house, buddy.
All right, everybody, here we are. We are right here in front of the house now. 5820 Galante. Very, and hey, and sorry, that was the detective on scene. So as we're going to do another recap here, we did this on Facebook. There is a white car parked here, and as you can see, the driveway goes and it kind of goes into there to the garage. That's most likely, if you're coming and you live here, you probably go in through the garage. I haven't seen any cameras over here on this side, but this is her house right here. I don't know whose car that is, but there's a car parked there. I did notice right here, there's two Starbucks that they look like they've been there for a while. So this is the actual house.
That house doesn't look like the type of house I would have some Starbucks cups just sitting outside. That's weird.
Which is now a crime scene as far as everything that has been said in the Sheriff Nanos's interview.
They probably should have crime scene tape up even outside.
But as you can see, this is a real tucked away neighborhood, nice neighborhood. She lived here alone from all accounts, and 84 years old, Savannah Guthrie's mother. So as you could see,
This is sad. Yeah, $1 million home. Yeah, $1 million. $1 million. I mean, it's a pretty nice home, though. I mean, it looked pretty big. I don't know, Miss Bree. Maybe he'll come and pick me up. Take me with him. Come to Ohio. What is under my desk? Oh, I forgot. It's like a thing. It's like little holes so you could put a basket if you want there. It's like an add-on. I just felt something. I was like, what is that? Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, it's a big home. Yeah, like, oh, I didn't exit out. Here we go. I mean, yeah, I don't know how many square foot that is. I would say 5,000 or more. 5,000, 6,000 square feet. And then you got your little pool house back here too. Like, this woman could live in the pool house and be good. Like, she's 84. Why would you want something so big? I mean, I'm over here just like thinking this. She's so small, right? You know, and she 5 foot, and you put her in there, and like, I don't know, did they check the house extremely well? I mean, I hope they did. I'm sure they did. But you can even see here where that white car is. So that must be her car. I'm assuming that's her vehicle. Now, did somebody just like pull up into the driveway right here, you know, in the front and enter through the front door? Or did they maybe park back here where they wouldn't be seen, back by the garage, like where that shrubbery is? You park back there, you might not be seen, especially at night, right? And this happened they think, you know, on Saturday night into Sunday morning, maybe. So maybe they would park back there. Me either, proud Mimi. I would be like, no, I'd want the little pool house back there because I want the pool. But yeah, I couldn't do that big. Even now, I don't think, because I'm OCD. Yeah, her church. Yeah, isn't that crazy? Isn't that awesome? Oh, I know y'all would. If I didn't come on one night or 2 nights, you'd be looking for me. But you guys are probably like the only ones. I mean, other than Vincent, of course. So yeah, I mean, the houses they're not that far apart. I mean, they're definitely within, you know, walking distance. Like, this is it. Like, people walk their animals up and down the road, apparently. It looks like a nice community. I don't know if this would be a house I would pick, like, if I were just to pick a random home, right? To me, I don't know. I don't know if I would pick that one. But if you're just joining us and you're not sure about what's going on, I was going to play this timeline for us. That way we'll know the timeline. Okay. It's like 50 seconds long, so I'll play it through. If you guys don't mind, will you take a second and hit the like button? It really does help my small channel, and I really appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Police tell us Nancy Guthrie was dropped off by family members at her Foothills home near Skyline and Campbell around 9:30 or 9:45 Saturday night. Concerned churchgoers then contacted the family when they didn't see Guthrie at church Sunday morning. Sheriff Chris.
Okay, so right there, they dropped off at 9:30 at night. And I would say church is at like 10 o'clock in the morning, right? So maybe she even went earlier than that. Let's say 9 o'clock. So a 12-hour span of when this could have happened.
Chris Nanos says family members looked for her for about an hour before calling the Pima County Sheriff's Department at about noon on Sunday. Sheriff Chris Nanos holding a news briefing Sunday evening asking for the public's help as search and rescue teams scour the foothills.
That's why we're doing all we can to try to locate her.
Then Monday morning, Sheriff Nanos updated the media saying Nancy Guthrie did not just walk away and that evidence processed at the home now makes it a crime scene. He pleads with the community for help in finding Guthrie.
So we make a plea to anyone who knows anything about this, who has seen something, heard something, to contact us.
Okay. Wasn't a very long timeline. Okay, so Sheriff, I don't know his name. Just says Pima. Is it Pima? It doesn't have his name there. Okay, so he's going to talk. The sheriff, the old sheriff. I guess I guess he says something like, I don't know if he's the sheriff or not, but he says something about the sheriff doesn't usually come in on cases like this, but he's like right there. So Savannah has a YouTube video of when she went back home 2 years ago and her mom and sister in it. Oh, is it on her YouTube page? Does she have a YouTube? Maybe. I mean, everyone does, right? It's just showing me it's showing me like all of like everything but her. You know what I mean? Like, maybe I'll type in like going to mom's house or something. Yeah. Is it Pima? Okay. Thank you, Kentucky Lucky. Yeah, they I guess they looked for about an hour. Maybe that's maybe it took them that long because that house is so big, and like the surrounding area. You know, maybe her mom is known to walk like, you know, up and down that block, just like, you know, people do with their dogs or something. So maybe they thought, but I don't think they would have thought that, because they must have walked in and saw whatever the police saw to make that a crime scene. Whatever the police encountered, they would have had to have encountered it, right? I would think. I would think that I would think they know something. Oh, it's on the today's page. Okay. I'll play this and I'll go look for it. Okay. So this is the press conference. This is the last one that I could find. So I think this is the newest one. He's going to talk about what's been going on here. So let's listen in and see what he's got to say. Let's start talking.
Missing.
Okay.
I'm going through some talking points for the family. I want to make sure I cover them. I'm not somebody who does well with the script. My local media knows that. We'll get started. I believe it was around noon yesterday. We got a call to the Guthrie residence that Nancy Guthrie, 84 years old, was missing. We expended a lot of resources for a missing person that we typically always do. Our search and rescue volunteers, our search and rescue teams, other agencies, Borstar from Border Patrol sent their canines out. They worked tirelessly all day yesterday and all day tonight. I'm sorry, all day yesterday and all last night. To no avail. As I said yesterday, we saw some things at the home that were concerning to us. We believe now, after we processed that crime scene, that we do in fact have a crime scene, that we do in fact have a crime, and we're asking the community's help. This community has always stepped up to help us solve some pretty tough crimes. I'm looking for that again. This is a 84-year-old lady who suffers from some physical ailments, has some physical challenges, is in need of medication that if she doesn't have in 24 hours, it could be fatal. So we make a plea to anyone who knows anything about this, who has seen something, heard something, to contact us. Call 911. We don't need another bad tragic ending. We need some help.
Another.
Our team is
Another. What happened before?
We don't need another bad tragic ending.
That sounds like something like recent happened. You know what I mean? Like something recently happened and he's like, I don't know.
We need some help. Our team is the best. I couldn't speak any higher. I think you know that. We have done some great work with our partners in the Valley. You know, this community, I have to give a lot of thanks to our law enforcement agencies all across this valley, whether it's the Tucson Police Department or some of the smaller agencies. They've all reached out. They've all offered to assist. The FBI, all of them. We work so close with them, and they are all plugged in. We'll continue to work closely with them. But what I really need is I need this community to step up and start giving us some calls. Let us know if you've seen something. We are right now at a time, and I apologize, everybody tells me I talk too softly. We are at a time where, in this investigation, we're now moving forward where we need to depend on technology. You know, our license plate readers, our camera systems throughout the community, anything, everything. And we will download all that data we have from the home, from different pieces of technology we've gotten, and we will use that to our advantage. But the reason I bring this up is that, you know, I'm a cop. I hate politics, but I have to remind our political leaders that they need to quit this banter of every time law enforcement leaders come to you for a need, that you give up these ridiculous remarks about how it's going to be misused. AI is a bad, evil word. The cameras are very bad and evil. I'm tired of that. Those tools in the right hands with the right minds and the right approaches are extremely valuable to solving crimes just like this. We need that. We need more staffing. We need a lot of things. But what I really need is I need the community's help with this. So I want to make sure I didn't, before I take any questions, it is a crime scene. We know that. She needs her daily medication. And anybody that sees anything that even looks, hey, maybe that's her, just take a quick picture and take a video, send it to us. The number is real easy here locally. It's 911. You can contact our 88 crime and remain anonymous. You can call me, anybody. I am here to take any questions you may have. It will be a little limited. I apologize for that, but we do have a crime that we need to protect its integrity. I have here Sergeant David Stivers from our homicide team. He has been up all night, so bear with us if we are a little bit fuzzy in our answers and responses, but we're both here for any questions you may have. Let's start,
Chair,
please.
recognizing the limitations, but can you elaborate at all on what makes you believe it's a crime scene as opposed to someone who left home and just couldn't find their way back?
Great question.
Well, I think I told you, she is very limited in her mobility, right? We know she didn't just walk out of there. That we know. There are other things at the scene that indicate there was she did not leave on her own.
Okay, so when he says that, she either needs a walker, cane, crutches, or a wheelchair. So I would say, or she can't walk. Like that would be the wheelchair, right? In order to get around. Now, we've seen her on the Today Show. I don't know how long ago it was, but she didn't have a crutch or cane or anything. So this must be maybe something newer, but maybe a cane or a walker, I would say. Maybe like one of those ones with the wheels. My mom had one of those. She would be boot scooting everywhere. But I wonder if she had something like that to get around, because she would have to have something to get around in her house. Her kids aren't there 24/7 to help her, right?
Know that.
If you're not at plate readers, is there a vehicle associated with this?
When I told you we're now at this phase where we're looking at all the technology, all of that is being evaluated as we speak. Let me say this: we've not just thrown our search and rescue team out there. They're going to be doing some door-to-door with our criminal investigation team. It is not just our homicide unit. All of our criminal investigation detectives. I went out last night to the scene. There were probably 100 cars out there, all from the sheriff's department, all working this case. It takes a lot of manpower and a lot of energy. This team of mine worked throughout the night. They continue to work. They've had zero sleep, but he and his team are working as hard as they can.
Is there anybody else associated with her?
You got to give them sleep. Oh, I mean, it's been 2 days or something.
Caregiver, family member, acquaintance who is also
Day and a half
missing, and somebody you're
No. The family, all of the family has been very cooperative with us. They're working with us. They're staying in touch with us. They have complete access to anybody in this department. Savannah has been in touch with us as well. Our hearts go out to them. This is their mom.
Hey, Kristen.
She's
Hey,
just a great lady from what I've heard, and I feel for the family. We just want to find her and bring her back safe.
Sheriff, you mentioned that she didn't just walk out, but is there any additional information that you can give us on what may have alluded to this being a crime scene?
I wish I could. I really do. I know that everybody wants to know certain things, but I can't do that it would be inappropriate at this time.
Are there any signs of breaking and entering or any forced entry, anything like that?
I again don't want to get into that.
Can you tell us?
Can you see anything here? Do you?
At this time, it's still a very active investigation. There were circumstances on scene that we believe are suspicious in nature. I think is the best way to put it. But we can't really get into a whole lot of details with that now.
Do you believe that this was targeted, or they just happened to hit Savannah Guthrie's mom, or if this was just random?
We don't know that. We don't. We look at all of that, but we just don't know that.
Do they?
I don't know why, but every time I hear is it targeted, I get freaking triggered when I hear someone ask the police that, because of Idaho 4. But I really do, because they were like, it's targeted. No, it's not targeted. The house is it. No, that's how the house isn't it the target. The people are the target. It was crazy.
Cameras at the home.
They do, and we're looking through some of that.
Okay, so the guy that was there, that was walking the perimeter that we just watched, he couldn't see any cameras. Maybe they were where he just didn't see. I don't know. I'm good at spotting cameras only because of Vincent. But she may or she may not have had outdoor cameras or they may have been on her garage where you couldn't see because of the shrubbery. I mean, that's where I would put them. I would probably put them on my garage, my front door, around that area. She might even have some inside the house that just because she does live alone, she may have cameras inside of her house so that her children can kind of look in on her.
With this being an active crime scene, is there any threat to the general public?
Trying to figure out.
And that's another thing. Okay. And so if she does have cameras, right, you would just fast forward the camera until 9:30 on Saturday, just because you want to see, what you can find first. And then you can go backwards, after you find the suspect. But you'd want to see if you see anybody on the cameras. They must have somebody on those cameras, but maybe they can't identify the person and they don't want to put their picture out yet. Just like they don't want to spook them, and scare them, into hiding or something. Maybe, I don't know.
Well, no, I don't think there's an active threat, but I hate to say that because, we're going to canvass that neighborhood and maybe there's a prowler been seen around. There's a lot of work still to do. We don't have any indication that
I think in a few days we'll get
that the public is in danger.
And what does that search look like today beyond what you've already told us about last night?
So we have shut down our search and rescue mission, and we've sent them home to rest. They were out all night. Look, we put all our air assets into this, our drone systems, our aircraft, our helicopters, heat sensors, infrared, everything we've thrown at this. They're going to step aside. We'll call them out again if we need to do more searching. But right now, we don't see this as a search mission as much as we do a crime scene.
Sheriff, can you tell us a little bit about that map?
That is, and David probably can better answer it than I, but that is our search patterns, I believe.
Yes. So with all the assets that we deployed yesterday with the search and rescue teams, the map that's on the screen is basically tracks that were followed. Those are all, the colored lines are all ground tracks of different teams and different assets that were used on the ground, to include the canines, the volunteers, and our own search and rescue team. The circles are going to be representative, if not necessarily perfect, of our air circulation with both our helicopter and our fixed wing aircraft at night, working with the night time cameras. So difficult to see where the house is. The house is basically pretty close to center in that, and then all of the searching that went on throughout the day with those folks out there on the ground.
What this really helps with is our search teams, when they come back and reassess, maybe they've missed an area, we can look at it and say, hey, you know what, this area could use a little more coverage, and so they concentrate again. Our search and rescue team is top notch. They're out every single day. If it's not a lost person, it's a hiker, it's somebody who's wandered away from a care home, whatever it may be. I want to stress to you, right, and it is really important, Miss Guthrie, Nancy Guthrie, is of great sound mind. This is not a dementia related. She is as sharp as a tack. The family wants everybody to know this isn't somebody who just wandered off. Her physical limits are based on just age and,
but her brain's there.
Get old. And so it's more physical, but
I hate that for her.
Clearly she is as sharp as a tack.
Do you have her cell phone, and does that present any tracking potential?
We're looking at that as we speak.
But do you have it or do you not?
We do have it.
Can you give us a little bit more?
She left her cell phone at home. Nobody leaves their cell phone at home, and not an 84-year-old woman. She's sharp as a tack. She's going to remember her cell phone. Because if something happens, she's going to think, like, what if something happens? I need my phone. 84 years old? Yeah, she's going to think that way.
Of a timeline, because you said she didn't leave on her own. That she was last seen at 9:45. She wasn't reported missing until noon. But
I believe what happened there was at 9:45 in the evening, her children left her off. At some time earlier that morning, they got a call from somebody at the church who said, hey, your mom's not here. The family went to the house. I'm thinking they spent some time looking for her themselves before they called us. So I'm guessing maybe they got there around 11. So they did some searching and realized we need some help, and they called 911.
Do you have any idea what time Nancy would have been taken from the home?
There's a lot of things working there, and I just can't say that right now.
Has Savannah Guthrie, has she had any threats to herself at all?
We've spoken to her. We'll continue to work with that. She has a security team that's been in touch with us throughout the night. But we're not going to dismiss any angles for sure. But right now, immediately, we don't know of anything like that.
Is she in town or on the way here?
She's here.
Can I say I love this press conference? I don't have to have headphones on. I'm not trying to hear the questions or the answers. I can actually hear both.
Anymore, what should somebody be looking for? Because when I was out in the neighborhood, the neighbors are obviously incredibly concerned. But is there anything, a tip? I mean,
the neighbors did not look incredibly concerned when they were walking their dog.
One neighbor stopped me and he didn't know if he should call you or not. That's why.
Oh my goodness!
But so what should somebody be looking?
Well, first of all, I'd ask them go through their cameras, go through their Ring cameras, whatever cameras they may have. Don't dismiss it that, oh, well, we really can't see the house. They still might see something. Maybe it's somebody walking by. Maybe it's a vehicle driving by at that time of day. But go through all your cameras in that neighborhood and tell us if you see something. Maybe somebody already, we know this happens, right? Oh, I saw something suspicious, but I didn't think it was worth calling in, so I didn't call it in. Well, now it's call in anything you've seen or.
Sorry, I keep interrupting him. But I would think in that neighborhood, it looks like it's kind of secluded from the other neighborhoods. When I was looking on the Google maps, they're all kind of like secluded from each other. These people, if they see a car on their Ring camera that's not familiar for, on their road, that lives on their road, they should call that in, right? I mean, even if it's during the day at 2:00, 3 days before or a week before, call it in because it might be really important,
Heard, maybe it's a neighbor telling you, I saw this or I heard that. Call us. Don't tell the neighbor to call us. Tell the neighbor to call us, but you call us as well. We'll put it together. We'll get. Trust me. I'm sure we're going to get inundated with a lot of calls. We'll handle that.
Did she live alone?
I believe yes, she did. Yeah.
How come she lived alone? How come she lived alone? That breaks my heart. That breaks my heart. I mean, 84 years old. I know that Savannah couldn't uproot her life. I'm sure she's married and has a family and all that, but I just feel so bad for her. Living in that big old house by herself. I wonder when her husband passed and stuff. That's sad. So sad. She's 84. What could an 84-year-old woman, other than money, or you want to hurt somebody that she, that's close to her. That's the only two things I could think of. And with Savannah, going to be, I heard she was going to be doing the Winter Olympics or something. She was going to be one of the commentators. Maybe it's something with that. Maybe she took somebody's spot, maybe they thought they earned that spot. You never know. You never know.
Were there any caregivers you're normally associated with her?
Well, she has house staff that comes by, takes care of the yard, whatever, in her house and that. But those people we'll be talking with that have talked to some of them already.
But nobody who's a live-in or anything?
Nobody actually lives with her, no. Like I say, she's of great sound mind, and she is mobile. It's just, it's a challenge for her to get.
She's not that mobile, though. If it's a challenge for her to walk around, she's going to fall. I'm sorry, but it's just a matter of time. She's going to fall. If that house isn't set up for her to not fall. Throw rugs, get them up. You can't be having no throw rugs and stuff. That's just bad. I got a throw rug in here. I can't go near it.
As the family says, she couldn't walk 50 yards. by herself. So
I'll come live with you.
Somebody asked about the FBI.
I'm sorry.
Somebody asked about the FBI if they're involved.
We, like I said, we work closely with all of our partners, whether they're FBI, ATF, ICE, whoever. We know that they have certain capabilities and certain resources, just as we have certain capabilities and resources. So yes, we'll continue to work with them, and they've offered assistance to us. We accept that assistance, and we offer assistance. But just last week, the FBI called us to handle a shooting that involved Border Patrol. You need to know that. That's just day-to-day routine work for the law enforcement in Pima County in Tucson. We've worked very closely with our partners.
With the amount of time that's gone by, how wide do you cast in the net? Statewide, national?
Well, yes, national for sure. I'm hoping the national media's picked up on this. We've gotten a lot of reports, but statewide as well, with Amber Alerts, things like that. All of those things we use. Every tool we have, we will use. You guys are too easy. Thank you so much. I apologize for being late. I apologize for my.
You guys are right. That's true. I just think of my mother, and like my mom was the opposite of that. Like she wanted me like with her. Like it was like, I think that she needed me to be around her because she didn't have my dad, for one. And I was his child. Like my brother is my stepbrother. So we have different dads. You know what I mean? I think it was just something, and I didn't have kids or a wife like my brother does. Right. So she was, every time we would, like, I would move, I'd be right back within like days or a week. Like it was like a magnetic field. Like we couldn't get away from each other as much as like, we would try. It just something would always bring us back. Like, just something, even if it was like fire or whatever it was, just crazy stuff, car accidents, whatever, I wanted to watch this with you guys. I didn't get a chance to watch it, so hopefully it's good. If it's not, we'll turn it off. But it just came out like right before. Oh no, it's been about 4 hours now. Let me see. 4 hours ago. But it just says intelligence expert reveals eye-popping theory behind Savannah Guthrie's mom's disappearance. I thought it might be good to watch. It's on Nicole Chammy channel. Okay, I'm gonna put the link in the chat. I don't know all these channels. I'm like, I don't know all these channels. I don't know if they're new or if they're just, I just never heard of them. Okay, so we're going to watch this. We'll see what it says. We'll see what they say. She says.
Right now, an urgent search is underway for the mother of Today Show anchor Savannah Guthrie. Officials say 84-year-old Nancy Guthrie was last seen Saturday night near her home outside of Tucson, Arizona. She was reported missing Sunday at noon after she didn't go to church. Homicide detectives were sent to her home, which the county sheriff says is not standard. What they saw raised suspicions.
We saw some things at the home that were concerning to us. We believe now, after we processed that crime scene, that we do in fact have a crime scene. This is a 84-year-old lady who suffers from some physical ailments, has some physical challenges, is in need of medication that if she doesn't have in 24 hours, it could be fatal.
See, right there, I think she would have told him. If someone kidnapped her, which I think that's someone did, someone took her against her will, obviously. But I think if they knew her, they might know about the medication and take it. Because if you're going to hold somebody for ransom, you don't want them to die, right? Like you're holding them for ransom. You just want the ransom money. If that were the case, right? And you would think she would say something, and like if they were like, I don't know, maybe not, like if they were stealing her, she might say like, I don't know what medicine she's on. I wish I knew. It's really sad.
All right, I want to bring in CNN Chief Law Enforcement and Intelligence Analyst John Miller, CNN Security Correspondent Josh Campbell. Josh, let me start with you. What do we know? What don't we know about Nancy Guthrie's disappearance?
This has certainly taken a dire direction now. What started as a missing person case, authorities say now was the result of some type of crime. Of course, the big question, a crime committed by whom? Authorities haven't released any details about any possible suspect at this hour. As you mentioned, we know that Nancy Guthrie was last seen Saturday night. It wasn't until Sunday when she didn't go to church that authorities were eventually notified, and they launched this big search effort overnight to try to find her, but to no avail. Now, authorities aren't saying exactly what they found at that residence that makes them believe that this was the result of some type of crime, but they are appealing to members of the public, particularly in that neighborhood. They're asking people to proactively go through Ring doorbell camera footage. If anyone saw something suspicious, they want people to pick up the phone and call police. They're also employing a lot of new sophisticated technology as well, including license plate readers, which of course John Miller knows more than most about how those have been so critical in many types of cases. They're saying they're trying to determine if they can identify a possible suspect vehicle coming and going.
Would there be those kind of cameras? I'm gonna get on the Google Earth again.
The sheriff told MS Now a short time ago that they don't believe that this was some type of home invasion or robbery gone wrong. There's no evidence of that yet. They say everything remains on the table right now. But again, going in a very, dire direction here. Of course, all of us are, hoping, wishing for the best for Savannah and her mother and the NBC News family. But waiting for an update on authorities about how the status of that search and if there are any new clues that they've been able to uncover.
Yeah, a point of personal privilege. I mean, Savannah was a dear friend to me when I worked at NBC News. She was a mentor, and she is as genuine as they come. Her love for her mother was always so incredibly obvious. And of course, covering the story from that perspective is, of course, a personal challenge. And my heart here and our hearts at the show go out to Savannah and her family. John Miller, what do you say about what the possibilities could be here? I think everyone is, wondering why.
Well, we start off with what the possibilities aren't. And according to the sheriff and family members, this is an 84-year-old woman who had physical ailments, meaning she used a cane or a walker. She couldn't go far under her own steam.
Yeah.
But her mental acuity is described as being tip-top. She was extremely with it, aware. So what is not being considered is that she wandered off into the night, confused about who she was or where she was. Not going to be the case here, according to everybody who knows her. So that leaves us to, without the kind of disturbance in the house that would suggest ransacking or robbery, with the anomalies that investigators found, and it's more than one thing that the sheriff said, this is what we determined to be a crime scene as we processed it. It is suggestive of an abduction. If someone took her, then the question is this a random or targeted kind of crime? And if it's targeted, it's likely because of her association with a well-known figure, or perhaps the idea that there could be money behind it. But what they also don't have, and this is all theoretical, is right now they don't, as far as I'm told, have contact with anybody who has made a ransom demand or any other kind of demand. So we're in the middle of a very perplexing mystery right now, and the silence is deafening. Pima County has used a tremendous amount of resources, investigators, people, helicopters, fixed-wing aircraft, drones, searching the area day and night, but so far, no real leads.
A really terrifying situation. Josh, I want to play a little bit more of what was said during the news conference that officials did about this earlier today. Take a look.
There were circumstances on scene that we believe are suspicious in nature, I think is the best way to put it. But we can't really get into a whole lot of details with that.
Is there any threat to the general public?
I don't think there's an active threat, but I hate to say that because, we're going to canvass that neighborhood and maybe there's a prowler been seen around. There's a lot of work still to do.
he was saying stuff without saying stuff, right? I'm thinking that and thank you, hoodies, for becoming a member. I'm thinking that they know more than what they're telling us, obviously, but I don't know. I don't know. Do you guys think more than one person did this? How many people? Do you think it was like one person, more than one? Oh, thank you, hoodies, for gifting out 5 memberships. Oh, Tony got one, Julian got one, Teresa got one, and Robin and Tracy. Welcome in, guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I really do. Thank you. I want to talk to this cop, Nanos, Sheriff Nanos.
We don't have any indication that that the public is in danger.
See, no indication that the public is in danger. Like this was a targeted attack. But why would they target her other than her daughter? I mean, that's the only thing that would make sense. I'm not saying that it's her fault or anything, but I'm just thinking like, I know that she has other kids. I wonder what they do for a living. You know, to me, I don't know. This feels like a young person, like an early 20s or a 19, 20-year-old. I don't know why I feel like that. Like somebody that they don't even really probably know. Or if they do know, it's through help from the house. Like, I don't know. I'm not saying this is the person, but let's say like she has a maid that comes in and that maid had a son that was just a little, you know, not there. And maybe he made, this is conspiracy, Tanya. So maybe he made like a key. If she does give keys out to her help, you know, I don't know if she does, or if she's just there and they come by the house and she opens the door for them, right? That's what I would do. If I was 84 years old and living on my own, nobody's getting a key. Nope, not even my kids. I'm just kidding. My kids could have one. But like, you know, I wouldn't give it to a lot of people, but we don't know if she maybe did. If she had like a butler, you know, like a maid or somebody, or a cook, a lawn care person, she can't mow her yard. She can't take care of it. She has to have lawn care. She has to have a pool guy. She has that extra house in the back that needs to be taken care of, or at least up to date, you know, like every once in a while, at least every month or something, someone goes in and cleans it or something, I'm sure. And then she probably just, you know, has the people in her house. And she probably feels good because she's not alone, right? When those people are there. I don't know. There's just so many people, right? That could have access to her house. Oh, access. Oh, shit.
Josh, how would you interpret that statement?
Yeah, it's always a tough question for investigators to get after you have, you know, an allegedly violent act, to then try to provide some type of assurance to the public. But they're going based on what they know right now. And again, as the sheriff had said, this didn't look like some type of home invasion or robbery as of right now. That could change if additional facts come to light. But they're clearly taking their time in these cases. And it's not unusual that, you know, they make that calculation. Okay, we're going to keep certain information close to the vest because, for example, if you are able to identify a suspect, you then want to get the jump on that person, the element of surprise, without pushing that information out. But the longer this goes on, the authorities may make a determination that, okay, we do want to share more as we gather information. One thing we do know, and obviously a very heartbreaking situation, we're hoping for the absolute best, is that the sheriff, you know, was quite clear in saying that they are racing a clock right now because Nancy Guthrie was on prescription medications that the sheriff says if she goes more than 24 hours, it could prove fatal. And so time is.
What could that be for an 84-year-old woman? Anybody know? Anybody in here that would know? I mean, the only thing I can think of is like insulin or something. I don't know if she's diabetic or anything, but because I mean, you know, like anxiety medication, depression medication, things like that, you shouldn't go off of them at all. But usually the most that'll happen is like you'll have withdrawals. And if you depression, don't do that. That will make your head spin. But I'm just saying, and that usually takes like days, like, you know, to kind of like come on. So I'm just wondering what it could have been. Well, if she had a pacemaker, it would be in her, she wouldn't have to do anything with it. It just is there, right? Like I had a friend that had a pacemaker and he didn't have to do, I don't think, anything with it. Like diabetes, that's what I'm thinking. Insulin, blood thinners, that's, yeah. Meds for AFib, blood thinners. Yeah, it could be like a blood thinner. I didn't think about that. I was on blood thinners before. Oh, I bet it is blood thinners because she's not walking. You guys, I bet you it is. I guarantee it. Like, I bet you it's at least one of them because that's what happened to me when I was in a wheelchair. I was able to walk with a walker after, 6 months. But my doctor told me if I walked 500 yards a day, that I didn't have to take I didn't have to do the shots, the blood thinners, the Lovenox. They were called like Lovenox shots. And they were blood thinner shots because they said that I could get clots in my legs if I didn't move my legs a lot. So since she's not mobile, it's probably something like a blood thinner. Because like they straight pulled me into the hospital and cut off my my cast, and I just got it like 2 days before, and I'm like, are you kidding me? Because they had to do a Doppler on my leg because they thought I could have had a blood clot. It was just it was crazy, but I just thought of that. I think you guys are right when you say blood thinners.
Of the essence.
See,
John
is
Miller.
what the sheriff said
Yeah, sorry, go ahead, John.
was the sheriff indicated, that we have her phone. Well, if authorities have her phone, that means she does not. So the opportunity to track her through that device is off the table. But it also suggests that nobody is going to leave the house, north of 10 o'clock at night and go anywhere without their phone. So it's just another concerning sign.
You're not going to go somewhere at 10 o'clock in the morning without your phone.
Concerning indeed. All right, John Miller, Josh Campbell. Thank you.
I mean, especially an older woman, you would think, right? Like, because I feel like I'm an older woman. So I don't have one of those things around my neck, the little button thing, right? So like, just depressed if like I were to fall or whatever, which I think they want me to have one, but I don't. But I do have my phone that if I squeeze a couple buttons, it calls, the police. Or if I squeeze a couple other buttons, it calls Vincent. So I would think that she would always take her phone with her. You know what I mean? It would just be like something she would just remember. I don't think that she had time. You do the Lovenox shots too? I hated them. I didn't hate them when my mom did them though. She actually didn't, it didn't hurt. I thought she was going to hurt me because she had to come up to the hospital for 2 days to learn how to do all that stuff, like take care of me. And she gave me the shot and I was like, you're done? And she's like, yeah. And I was like, I didn't even feel it. And that made her heart happy. I could tell, Yeah, I don't think an older person would go out late at night either. No. And I'm going to show her picture again and I'm going to show her house so you guys can see it. She's 84 years old. And look at her. She looks great. She looks freaking great. 84? No, you're not. I would say 64. She does look great. I really hope they find her and I find her okay. But she's 5'5". I thought she was 5'5". She's 5'5", 150. Brown hair, blue eyes. She was last seen on January 31st at her residence. She was dropped off by her family. And that's so sad. Your family drops you off and they expect to see you. And of all people, I mean, this is just insanity. Like her daughter is, an anchor on the Today Show. I guess, all she had to do was call her work and say, start running the story. That's amazing. And then this is another like profile of it. And then I was on the Google Maps and I'm over here. I'm all the way down the road. But to get out of here, you have to go like, this way is like going out of here. Or you can maybe go this way, I'm thinking. This way is back towards her house. But there's a lot of like no outlets and stuff like that. So you would kind of even have to know the area to get out. Like you definitely would have to know the area or be using your maps because there's a lot of like, if you go the opposite way of her house, there's like roads, but they're not like public roads. They're roads and then they go into someone's driveway. Like you can't go back there. But you can go this way. Look, there's some land. Anybody want to buy it? Move to Arizona where it's scorching hot. But the houses are all pretty much, right beside each other. They're not like, I mean, they do have a little bit of land like this one does. It looks like it has a lot of land. This one doesn't have a house beside it. It has this little house, maybe. Looks like they're building it. Yeah, because there's the porta potty. Look at the cactus. That's so cool. I've never seen a cactus, I don't think, in person. Like a big cactus. Just like plants, that from the store. Maybe this house has cameras. I love the cactuses. They're very pretty. Oh, and then you got a house here. But they don't, I don't know. Everything's set back so far. Well, there's 3 houses because there's 3 mailboxes. Okay. I was just seeing if there was a way to get out of here. That's it. So I'm assuming this is the way to get in and out. There's only one way to get in and out, it looks like. And it's this way. And you have to really go down. I mean, this looks like a no outlet again. Yeah, there's another no outlet. So I mean, there's so many no outlets. Wish I could go faster. Oh wait, they're building a house. Something there. They're building a house. Might already be there. I don't know if this is from November 2025. Okay, how do we get out of here? There's another no outlet. So you literally have to just go down the road. I mean, you just have to keep going down the road. And I'm pretty far from her house, so then you get down to the stop sign. And that's when you can probably, you can go either way. Or don't go straight because there's no outlet. So then this is where you have to turn. And I'm assuming they probably would have went this way, maybe. I don't know. I don't know which way they would have went. Now I'm in Google 2026. No, I'm in April 2023. I was like, why did the weather change? Then you go over here and you're back into November 2025. But this is her road here. So they would have to drive down here, like all the way down, way past that car, like a mile, I would say. It's probably about a mile. And then they'd have to come out this way, or they could, turn. They could turn right. Oops. Doesn't. Is it? No, it's not a no outlet. It's just, and this is congested with houses though, right? Hey, Cat Ride. I really hope she's found okay. She seems like a strong woman, right? Resilient, I feel like. So I was looking at this, and then if you're just now joining us, we'll get you kind of caught up in what we're talking about. We are talking about 84-year-old Nancy Guthrie. Her daughter is Savannah Guthrie. She's a news anchor on the Today Show. She was last seen around 9:30 p.m. Her family dropped her off at her house in Arizona, Tucson, Arizona. Beautiful home, $1 million home. There has been no confirmed sightings of her after that point. No indication that she planned on leaving the house. The house has now become a crime scene because the police apparently found stuff in there to deem it a crime scene. I don't know exactly what that was or is, but I'm sure we'll find out in the days coming. But then on Sunday, she was supposed to go to church, and she has a church friend that was like, oh, no. Nancy didn't show up. Where is Nancy? Right? Good friend. Went to go look for her and couldn't find her. And then she called her children, and her children came and called the police. Yeah, there's a lot of vegetation. There's a lot of houses. They're like little sections of subdivisions or something. Man, she was wrong last time. I want to go over there and look at her because she She said that Michael McKee was walking away from the house on that videotape that we all saw. She said he was walking away from the crime scene. That was after the crime. She told her whole 300,000 K audience that. And I'm like, no, that would have been him walking to the house. We've walked that path. I've walked that path. I know exactly where it's at. And like, I don't know, made me upset. I was like, oh, so did she say it on her channel or did she say it on News Nation? Because I think she was doing News Nation the other night. I'm gonna get you, Ashley Banfield, if you lying to us. Okay. Okay, before let me see if I can get the transcript. Is there one? Oh, there is. Okay, we're gonna look through the transcript. Oh, that's not it. Sorry, I'll figure it out. It's like one of these where you can like type in and what would I do? Oh, I did it right. Okay. DNA. Okay. Let's see what she says right here. Wait, she says DNA 16 times. It says, and you're going to find out why, because clearly the word that comes to mind is kidnapping. Okay. Oh, it's just because DNA is in kidnapping. That's why. Information and interview and there is information about DNA. There is information about signs of entry. Okay, we'll listen. We'll listen to her for a minute. We'll see what she has to say.
To in depth about our investigative information and interview. And there is information about DNA. There is information about signs of entry. I have information for you about ransom. I have information. I asked him about footprints and tire tracks. I have information about the scene itself.
Okay, let's get to it.
Was the concern inside or outside the house? I've got new answers on that. Basically, I have a lot of information that I didn't hear earlier in the news conference. I'm going to bring all of that to you, but I want to take you to the beginning. I want to start from the very beginning in how the story broke, what happened, and how Savannah and her family even discovered that their mom, Nancy Guthrie, was not at home and that it was no accidental disappearance. So they were first alerted that something was wrong when somebody from Nancy's church reached out and said that she wasn't at church and, you know, maybe taking medicine. She takes medicine every single day, critical medicine. This is important. You're going to find out about this. Police,
I know all this.
They knew right away there was a big problem. But the family members called 911 right away and said, we think our mom is missing. And so the police arrived en masse. And at first they thought with this information that this might be elderly woman, 84 years old, maybe wandered off, maybe signs of dementia, that kind of thing. No.
That's what I thought.
Nancy Guthrie does not have any dementia. She is, as they say, sharp as a tack. So this was not a wandering.
She does not look 84. Who told her she was 84?
Situation with an older woman. This was something different. And so a massive search followed right away. There were ground crews, K9 teams, drones in the house right away. And that was the indication there's something more. There's something more here. Teams with vehicles surrounded Nancy's home and began the investigation. Homicide teams came right away, even though they thought this could be a missing person, right? An accidental or forgetful or something. Homicide teams were in that house right away. And that was the indication there's something more. There's something more here. All right. So what began as the missing persons case, that has now escalated into something way more serious because now the search and rescue operation has been stopped. And it has been stopped, they say, permanently, unless and until there is a reason or an indication that they need to reignite it. That worries me. And you're going to find out.
He didn't say that. I remember he said that he was letting them rest. That's what he said on the conference, in the press conference. He said that the guys went home to rest.
Why? Because clearly the word that comes to mind is kidnapping. And so I asked the sheriff, do you have a kidnapping on your hands? And he was very blunt with me. You're going to hear that in just a moment. What he said was the indications at the home, were so suspicious and unusual and unsettling that all indications early on made them believe that it was a criminal investigation. And as the day wore on, it 100% became a crime scene and a criminal investigation. So the Pima County.
So to me, that almost says, like, it took them a couple hours or whatever to figure out that this was a crime scene. So maybe they had to search the whole house. Like maybe it was in multiple spots. Do you know what I mean? Like things happened in multiple areas. Just, I don't know. I'm thinking out loud here because I'm like, if they went in and they didn't say this is a crime scene right away until they, you know what I mean? It took them a while. They would probably check like the main spots, right? First, like her bedroom, the living room, things of that nature, kitchen. That's where I would search.
Sheriff Chris Nanos confirmed that investigators say Nancy Guthrie's disappearance is a crime. And after processing the home, the sheriff actually said that there were things that not even seasoned detectives, but all the detectives realized right away. And I know what you're thinking, you know, maybe she was picked up for an event with somebody else and just didn't take her cell phone or forgot to tell the family members. It's nothing like that. It's nothing.
He did say
family wants to be really clear about something right away up front. They say that she was of sound mind, fully competent in that way.
Because I just remember him saying that he told him to go home and go to rest. That's all when I heard the press conference that we heard. It might have been on a different one though.
The only thing that Nancy Guthrie has is physical ailments, just, you know, mobility issues, the stuff that comes with age when you're 84. She took these daily medications, right? And it was very upsetting to hear Chris Nanos, the sheriff, say she has to take them every day. And in a 24-hour period without taking them, it can be lethal. Now, I don't know what kind of ailments she might have, but, you know, diabetics, they can't be without daily medication. I mean, it can be really dangerous, right?
Listen to all this.
And so what I can tell you is that Sheriff Nanos made it abundantly clear that the investigators do not believe that Nancy Guthrie walked out of her house of her own volition.
Yeah.
They said she was taken out of that house, forced out of that house. They say she can't walk more than 50 yards on her own or a long way away to a waiting vehicle that was trying to, you know, spirit themselves away from any cameras that might see them. Nancy Guthrie couldn't walk that far. So now this sort of opens the mystery up, right? If someone's forcing her out of the house, where are they forcing her to? Because if she can only get
a car in the driveway behind them bushes,
you know, kind of the driveway or just a little bit down the driveway, but barely much longer, there has to be a car in the vicinity, some kind of a vehicle. I asked the sheriff about this. You're going to hear from him and what he had to say. And actually, he was quite surprised.
Where is that?
Questioning. So I've already said they don't believe that she left alone. But more troubling than that, the authorities have confirmed that her cell phone was at the home. There is a local report that says her purse, wallet, cell phone, vehicle, all found at the home. Sheriff confirmed definitely the cell phone and her vehicle.
Does anybody know the timestamp of when she talks about the DNA? Because I'm about to look it up, just so we don't have to watch the whole thing.
He was going to look up just to double check on the purse and the wallet, but it sort of stands to reason, doesn't it? You know, if you're leaving, was at the home. There is a local report that says her purse, wallet, cell phone, vehicle, all found at the home. Sheriff confirmed definitely the cell phone and her vehicle. He was going to look up just to double check on the purse and the wallet, but it sort of stands to reason, doesn't it? You know, if you're leaving your home and you're leaving your cell phone and your medication. And I should tell you, the sheriff talked why they believe that she's without a medication. We'll talk about that in just a second. The detectives are now fanning out all throughout the neighborhood, going door to door, asking people, help us, give us anything you have. If you have knowledge, if you saw something, there was a vehicle you'd never seen before, didn't think much of it. No detail is too small. I always say that. No detail is too small. They're also.
Okay, 1940. Let's see.
From the home?
Again, I can't speak to that.
At the home.
I really haven't heard that.
Interesting. I heard you say earlier your cell phone, that you were in possession of her cell phone. There was a local report from Tucson saying the purse, cell phone, and keys and vehicle were all at the home.
That could be accurate, but I can't speak to that. I'd have to ask my team.
Okay. Is there any missing bedding from the home?
Again, I can't speak to that.
Okay. Was there any blood found in the home?
You know,
Speak
there's
to
DNA evidence we believe that we have found that we are going to submit, has been submitted for rapid DNA testing. Once that breaks down to us, I think we had to get it up to Phoenix. Everybody's rapid DNA testing machine here locally, for whatever reason, was out or out of service. But that is being looked at. Once we get that, we will submit what we can to CODIS and whatever else, whatever other DNA companies we need. We will.
Okay, so basically it's probably her DNA. I mean, I'm just assuming that it is because she's 84, and whoever did this to her, I'm sure is probably younger and stronger than her. Unfortunately, because they got her out of the house. But yeah, that's what it looks like. It looks like that's where they talked about the DNA. It says you can get like the DNA in 5 to 10 days. Are you able to tell me where was the DNA found? Found that would indicate that this was DNA that was valuable to you. And she says like door handles, and he says, I cannot go there. So. And he says, and the first reason being Miss Banfield is simply this. If they tell everybody we're not trying to be secretive, we understand everybody really wants to know what's going on. But there are certain things in the home that we know only the intruder knows about, and the things that occurred, and we don't want that information out. Just like any investigation, you want to keep things that only the killer would know, because you don't want false confessions either, right? Whenever you bring somebody in and they're like, yeah, I did it, and they tell you everything, but it's everything that's already been put out in the media, and you don't have anything, to be like, to confirm it, because you have to confirm it. You can't just say, oh, you did it? Okay, yeah, let's just arrest you, and that's it. And then she just said she respects his limitations. So that's the only thing I see on that. But I mean, I guarantee there's DNA they found. It's probably hers. They probably found blood in that house. I mean, what else could they have found other than a scene that was like chaotic, or that's what I said earlier, or biologicals like blood, mucus and blood, saturation blood, anything like that. Cast off, anything. Anything. They will take that DNA and they will run it as fast as they can run it. And they'll run it rapidly. They'll do a rapid testing, and then they will have it back within a certain, he said 5 to 10 days. I think it's even sooner than that. I know they got Koberger's back like the next day. So they'll end up, doing that. They'll get the DNA. I'm hoping the killer, or not killer, I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that. I'm used to saying that. I'm hoping the intruder or the kidnapper, hopefully not killer. Sorry, I said that. Hopefully they left their DNA, right? Hopefully she seems like she could be a fighter, right? In those pictures, she looks like she could. Like she looks like she could be a little fighter. 5'5", 150. That's pretty stout. You know what I mean, too? I think I'm just hoping that she got a piece of him in that house. You know what I mean? Like, the only thing is there's so many people that come in and out of that house. Hopefully he's not somebody that's like, known to be there. And like the DNA is like, could be there because of that, like, I just hate that. The Eliza Fletcher case, they got his DNA back within like 48 hours too. Yeah, if they need to, they will. Yeah, maybe things tipped over in the home. That's what I was thinking. Like, if there's like something that, if she keeps her home pretty tidy and there's like things that are thrown everywhere because she was like, fighting, that could be a thing. But I personally think that there's probably DNA in there. Hopefully it's just like a little bit. Because I think that if it was a lot of like saturation, I think they would come out and say maybe like, we're looking for a body. I don't know if they would say that. I don't know if they would come out right away and say that, but there may have been more than one person, Tony. You're absolutely right. I'm going back and forth with that. Like, is there more than one? Like, I would think that there might be 2 people, but I wouldn't think any more than 2, right? It's hard, that gets kind of messy and sloppy. And whoever did this, obviously they got away so far. But where would you take her? Like, if I kidnap somebody, let's just say, right? If I kidnap somebody, I wouldn't be able to bring them to my house, because if they would be screaming. Even like, I mean, okay, so let's say I have tape on their mouth or whatever, right? I would still have to bring them up my stairs into my place. Like, where would you take them? Hey, Java Jack. I mean, oh, it makes me sad. Oh, okay, so did I read this? I don't think I did. I was going to read this, I think. Yeah, it was. They look just alike, her and her daughter. Like, I see it. She looks so good. 84. Freaking kidding me? Can I get some of them jeans? I keep saying that because I'm like, man, she's beautiful. Authorities in Arizona now believe that Savannah Guthrie's elderly missing mother, Nancy, was taken from her home while she slept. I believe she was abducted, yes. Pima County Sheriff Chris Nanos told CBS News on Monday she didn't walk from there. She didn't go willingly. She didn't walk from there. That's a weird thing to say. I mean, like, in a way, like, obviously I think that they made her walk, but a church friend of Nancy's alerted the Today Show co-anchor and her siblings, Cameron and Annie, that their mother, who is 84, did not attend service Sunday. Man, if she wanted to just sneak off or something for a weekend, her friend at church would be like, oh no, I'm telling on you. After they did an unsuccessful search around her Tuscan residence near East Skyline Drive and North Campbell Avenue, where they had left her, and she was last seen about 9:45 p.m. Saturday, they called 911. I couldn't even imagine being an anchor, a news anchor, and you talk about crimes that happen and things that are happening in the world, and then all of a sudden you're the freaking true crime story. Like, you're living your worst nightmare. A public information officer for the sheriff's department told Entertainment Weekly on Monday, Sheriff Nanos has stated that he believes a crime has been committed. At this point, investigators believe she was taken from the home against her will, possibly in the middle of the night. Taken against her will includes possible kidnapping or abduction. What's the difference? I'm going to look it up. Between kidnapping. Oh, look, it popped up. And abduction. Okay. So kidnapping and abduction both involve illegally taking a person, but kidnapping typically requires using force, threats, or fraud to hold someone for ransom or for other illicit purposes. Abduction is generally a broader term that may involve less force, often focusing on taking a person away from their legal guardian or original location, such as parental child snatching cases, or like if people meet someone online and stuff, So earlier, Nanos told reporters at a press conference, we saw some things at the home that were concerning to us. We believe now, after we process the crime scene, that we do in fact have a crime scene, and we're asking the community for help. What if she had false teeth? I know this is weird. And like, maybe her false teeth came out. Like, maybe they hit her, or she fell to the floor, or just something, and that's what, and maybe they found that. I'm trying to be really positive, and they're like, okay, she would never leave without her teeth or something, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, I'm just trying to think positively. But he says he didn't elaborate on what had made them suspicious. Nanos noted, though, that officials were concerned that Nancy did not have medication that she takes daily with her, a situation that he said could be fatal. However, he confirmed that Nancy's disappearance was not dementia related, and she's mentally as sharp as a tack. But Nancy does have issues with her ability to move and couldn't walk 50 yards by herself. 50 yards is kind of far, though. I mean, wonder how she would do after 50 yards. If she would need a wheelchair, a walker, a cane, just to hold on to somebody, just stand for a minute and rest. I mean, there's a lot. There's a lot of different things when you talk about mobility. In the wake of the disappearance, Savannah Guthrie was not on Monday's episode of Today. Instead, her colleagues read a statement from her. I want to thank everyone for the thoughts, prayers, and messages of support, she said. Right now, our focus remains on the safe return of our dear mom. We thank law enforcement for their hard work on this case and encourage anyone with information to contact the Pima County Sheriff's Office, and this is the number, 520-351-4900. 520-351-4900. He said call, Chris Nanos. Drag marks, yeah, maybe. Like, if you're in bed, do you wear false teeth to sleep? I don't think you do you? So that then, because she would been in bed. I'm just thinking if she got home at 9:30, 9:45, I'm 40. Okay, so I'm half her age. I would go home, wash my makeup off. I would get ready for bed, maybe she gets her little sleepy time tea or something, drinks her tea in her bed, and then goes to bed. And then I think that's probably when everything happened. But she wouldn't have her glasses on if she was sleeping. Unless she was Sebastian. Makes me giggle just think about him putting his glasses on when he was sleeping. Your dad wears his 24/7? I don't wear my partial 24/7. I like this retainer or whatever this thing is till I get my tooth. Yeah, I wonder what she has, wonder why she can't walk very good. Like, I mean, I know she's 84, but I wonder if it, what it is. Or a partial. It could be like a partial. I'm just wondering. I'm thinking of I'm just trying to think of everything. Right? Yeah. Yeah. Rachel, yeah. Or is it Rochelle? Is it Rachel or Rochelle? She said, I know, because if they were to harm her or kill her inside that house, they wouldn't move her. They would just leave her at the scene. Yeah. Yeah. If they did something, if they wanted to just go in there and let's say they wanted to rob the place and it was a robbery gone wrong, they wouldn't steal her. Right? They would just lock her in a room. If let's say their face wasn't shown, and they were we just lock her in the closet, or they would kill her there, And if they did move her body, you would see blood trail. And then you would find her, I would think, out there, especially in that desert. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what they did. Could be bad knees. Yeah, that's true. Really? You have a retainer and you never take it out? I take mine out all the time. I'm like, Vince, I don't care what you think. No, he actually says he doesn't even notice. And I'm like, are we in the same world? Are we in the same world, Vincent? Okay. I've been on here almost 2 hours. You guys have been great. Yeah. You don't sleep without it? Really? I don't sleep with mine. I take mine out actually there for a while. I was only putting it in when I was going live because it hurt so bad. And then they adjusted it and then it hurt even worse there for a minute because it was touching my wound. And then they shaved it down and it feels a little better. She even said that I could shave it down with my fingernail file. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not doing that. Your husband's never seen it? You without it? Oh, see, mine's my front or my second over too. Girl. Vincent told me, he said, I can't even tell that you don't have it. I said, you're only saying that because you don't want to have to help me pay for this tooth that I got to get that's so expensive. Of course he's going to say that. You look great. I'm like, no, I don't. And I'm not keeping this because I don't like the way I talk. I have a lisp a little bit, which is fine. I think lisps are cute, but not my lisp. My lisp is I can't get my words out. Oh, if you sleep without them, you're TMJ. Oh. So you wear yours at night. I think my aunt had some. She took them out. And he sleeps with them? But he only has top dentures. What? I mean, if you have dentures, that's probably okay. What if you have a partial, though, that's like not. Yeah, I would think partials would, I would be afraid I would choke on that if I was sleeping with it. See, look at all of us with partials and dentures and everything. Laura, are you missing any of your teeth? You look like you're not. Good thing. Yeah, Casey, I know it's the dentist is so much money. I don't get it. I'm almost to the point where I'm going to go to Mexico, and I'm not even kidding y'all. Like, I've heard that if you go down to Mexico, you can get dental work done like for a quarter of the price. I'm just afraid of the medical down there. Are they going to sedate me and everything still? They keep, do all that stuff. If they do, I'll see you later, getting my passport. Just let me come in. I don't know very many Spanish words, but that's fine. I just won't talk. No, you're funny. No, that's funny, Laura. I was actually thinking of my best friend today. I was thinking about like how she didn't have like dental problems like I did, because mine was an accident. Like, I mean, mine was from my accident. And I was just thinking of like her, and I'm like, I bet you she's never lost a tooth. I had like 4 teeth pulled, but they were mostly in the back. And then, I'm getting the other 2. I'm getting 2 implants, 3 implants, but they're only allowed to really technically do 2, but they're going to do 3 for me because they'd be cool. So they do great work in Mexico. See, I'm about to go, Jen. I'm about to go down there and just be like, because I just want implants where they need to be, right? Like, I just need 3, and I am not spending a lot at the school, but I would like to see how much Mexico would charge me. Laura, I was so blessed with good teeth too. Like, before my accident, I never had any problems ever. And then they wired my mouth shut for 8 weeks. It was supposed to be for 6 weeks. And when they wired it, they put braces on me, and then they wired the braces. So it was like, I could barely talk. Like, I was talking like this for 8 weeks. Like, it was pretty bad, but people could understand me. I don't know how they could. That's why I go to a major university. I go to Ohio State. Yeah. So I go to Ohio State. So I know I'm getting a decent price, but like, yeah, I need a vacation. And then they can inject some stuff in my lips too. Some filler. Put some filler in my lips while you're there. I was on TikTok earlier live, and I was going through like the little, like different like effects or whatever they're called. And like one of them made my lips so big. I was like, oh, I like that one. I don't know if anybody saw me doing that. You have friends that go to the dental clinic? Yeah, no, I have. So I go to Ohio State. I finally got in. Well, what happened was I would have been there the whole time. Okay, so oh my God. I had a horrible dental experience. I had a dentist, instead of them putting the filling in, and then you take your tools and you flatten it all out so you don't have any ridges, right? Because if you have ridges, when you go to floss, you're going to pop out that filling, and then part of your tooth will come out. It just happens every time. So you lose part of your tooth. You keep doing that, you're going to end up with no damn tooth. Well, I had a dentist that filled my whole mouth with metal down here, all metal, and it was jagged. I could see it in the x-ray. I went home and I was crying. I mean, I was crying. Like, after that, I will never go back to this dental place ever, 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 ever. Don't ever go. Comfort Dental is who it is. Don't ever go to Comfort Dental. I don't care if your tooth feels like you want to rip it out with pliers, rip it out with pliers. You're doing yourself a favor. I had a mouth infection by the time I left. I had metal just poured. Ohio State took it out like piece by piece. Like it took forever because they didn't want to take out my tooth like with it. And they got most of the metal out of my mouth. I didn't even agree to the metal. I just heard the machine crank up from 1900. I don't know if you ever heard the machines like for the metal, but it's like they have to crank the thing up. I'm like, what is this thing? Have a good night. Oh, your granddaughter from dance. I used to do dance. Oh, I bet she had fun. I was telling Vincent that earlier, my boyfriend. I was like, I used to do dance. Because he was asking me if I could do the splits. I said, don't you dare. No. Because I will. So I had that horrible dental experience. I didn't know that Ohio State took my insurance this whole time. Their Ohio State dentist doesn't, but the Ohio State Dental Clinic does, which is weird, right? So I was just calling the wrong place whenever I was calling. And so I got in because I think what it was I was having tooth pain and I had to go up there for like an emergency. And I don't think they extracted a tooth that day. I think it was my lower one. Like, I think it was my lower back one. I think they extracted that. And then I end up going and I see the students and I hate it though when they leave. Like one of the girls, I loved her so much. Like I had a gap between my teeth. Like I was there one day and the cosmetic doctor dentist was in, like they're all different kind of dentist. And he was like, do you want us to fill in your gap? And I was like, hell yes, I do. Like for free? He's like, yeah. He's like, she needs to learn how to kind of do it anyway. So yeah. And they filled it in and I was like, this is so weird. Like it was bigger than I thought. Like I'm about to pull up a picture because I was looking the other day and I was like, damn, Vincent. I said, my gap was bigger than I thought it was. And it was actually went in like a little because of another accident I was in. My teeth got all crazy. Okay, let's see if I can just go back a lot. Oh. Where's your mouth open at? Just got to see me with my mouth open. Oh, nope, that's not going to work. That was after, I think. That was after. I keep all of my pictures, like every picture, like every screenshot. If someone saw my phone, they would be like, are you a murderer? Are you okay? Right here. Okay. Oh, stop talking. What am I doing? I'm talking in this one. Let me see. Okay. I don't know if you really see. I don't know if you can see it there, but like you can see the gap, kind of. Let me see. This one's not that good, but there's a picture of Vincent taking a picture of himself, and I'm taking a picture of him. That's weird. Oh, wait, right. Okay, that's just like showing my whole mouth, though. I don't think you guys want to see all that. There was a picture, though, that I saw the other day, and I was like, oh. Maybe I just always had my mouth closed before. Right, what am I doing? What am I doing? Singing in the car in this one? Probably. Does anyone else sing in the car? I sing in the car all the time. I am a car singer. I don't know if you call it singing, but oh, I just saw a picture of Sebastian. That's sad. Okay, this one, I have like no pictures of myself. And when I do, my mouth's always closed. Huh. Must have a problem. There's a picture of our living room. Can't really see it because it's focusing on my face. Yeah, the phone picks, it's bad, Jackie. Like I got patio furniture in here. Like, what is this? I got a picture of just random people too. Like, oh wait, right here. Okay. Oh, you stop. Stop talking. I don't know. You can kind of see it there. But you can't really see it because man damn it. But you can see the difference. I'm gonna take a before and after for you guys. It is a big difference though, like from having the gap and not having the gap, which it's, it's fine. And I might have to get like a gum graft. Yeah, it's just, oh, I hate the dentist. I don't hate the dentist. I don't want to say that, but really, Ari? I guarantee it because it seems like that town, like the houses are very close in proximity to where I feel like people would know each other pretty well. Like, you know your neighbors, especially if it's somebody that's kind of like not famous, but their daughter's kind of like on TV. Yeah, sending prayers. And thank you, Laura. Oh, wow. "5 minutes from your brothers." What was it, Bundy? What? Just I go to my pictures and delete some. Oh, just the recent. I did delete some recent phone calls. I had like 85 missed phone calls. Do you know how many people call me really? Vincent. And Ashley Higgins. She'll text me. Ashley, and she always texts me when I'm muted. I love her. She'll be like, "You're muted," and I never get the text because I never look at my phone. But I literally had that many. It was that many texts. I had 85 texts, not calls. I'm sorry. My calls right now are at 94. And it's because I own a business and my business number is hooked up to Google, which I need to get it off of Google. Like, oh my goodness, I need to get it off of Google because people just call me all the time and they're like, "We want to give you $300,000." And it's like, "No, you don't. You're not." I could hear the helicopters and the noise. Yeah. Just that alone is probably scaring the young ones. Are the kids okay? I mean, are they older? Are they younger? I hope they're okay. I hope they're not scared. 11,000 people. Wow. A woman killed her own 2 children. Oh my God, no. I lived in a town where 8 women. I kind of want to go over this because it is very interesting. But 8 women ended up dead and they were all by this the Scioto River where like we would all go kayaking. So it's crazy. They were found on like sandbars. And they did a thing on it. The ID channel did. It was called like Lost Girls or something like that. I think the police have info. That's what we've been talking about. We're not pros over here by any means, but I will say we do cover a lot of cases on this channel, and I feel like within the next few days we're going to have a result for this. You hate when people call you. I like when people call me or text me or something, but nobody ever does. Like literally, it's Vincent, the pharmacy, Ashley, the dentist, somebody that said hi to me that I have no idea who it was, Miss Ishi, and then when I text Brittany J all the way back on December 29th, and that's my last message, and then Ohio State again, and then Alex Erickson. Like, I don't talk to people. I just don't, Her daughter used to be a local news reporter here in Texas, but boyfriend, she made it big, so family is well known and respected. So did her and her boyfriend get married, or did she leave? Did they break up? I'm wondering. Let me see. Let me see if there's anything when I type anything in. Oh, I've about put Nancy Grace. It's just, it's part of me, you know. 16 minutes ago, just shares urgent please for Nancy, bring her home. I think we got everything. Like for the most part, I don't think we missed too much. And thank you, Ari, for coming in. And if you need anything at all, or your brother, you can email me at titaniumboo@gmail.com. You can definitely, email me. And you can keep me updated on things that are local, and I can keep you updated on things I hear on the YouTube streets, because things get around on the YouTube streets pretty quick. It wasn't a gated community, no, not that I know of, unless it was like all the way like miles down the road. Oh yeah, you're welcome. We just talked about it for 2 hours. We were just actually ending the live a little bit. We're just chit-chatting at the end because that's what we do. She did have cameras, they said. Now, they didn't say if they were outdoor or indoor, but I'm assuming maybe both. She had both, maybe. If she was unable to walk very far, I would think that she would have cameras in her home. That way, maybe her daughter or son could look in on her, or maybe she didn't because she had help coming to the house for like lawn care and, I'm sure to help cook for her, help clean. If she can't walk 50 yards, she's not going to be able to make a bed. You know what I mean? And like do those physical like activities. I wouldn't think anyway. Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, I think that they will get some CCTV in this. I didn't see any like traffic cameras right there, unless they get them, down the road, which they could. I mean, they police have, look how they did Coburger. They didn't even have them at every single home because not every single home had a camera. So they had to say in their documents, hey, there might be a couple seconds where you don't see the car and then it picks up again on this camera. And that's because, this camera is at this location or, wherever it was. But I'm going to jump off here because Vincent just got home. But thank you guys for all being here tonight. I appreciate it. And I will see you guys all tomorrow on our live. I'll keep you guys updated on this case as we get new developments. But thank you guys so much. And I will see you guys all later on. Bye, guys.
Just like the street lights lit this town, like a fire in a blaze, gotta burn it down. Can't be afraid to live this out. We got this far, don't know how. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we're gonna light it up tonight. We're gonna light it up tonight. We're gonna light it up just like the sunrise. We're gonna light it up now. Just like a spark that's breaking out. Can't make take a step, can't turn back now.